Hello everyone, my name is Yash. I'm a master student at Atri, and today I'll be giving a talk on the ecological monitoring of bird communities and prey populations in the peri-urban wetlands. So before we get into the topic, I want to give a small glimpse of what are wetlands and what are peri-urban wetlands. So wetlands can be defined as a place where the land is covered by water. It could be salty or fresh or somewhere in between, either seasonally or permanently. These act as a biodiversity hotspot for various fauna and flora species. And they also provide ecosystem services like water purification, flood control, carbon sequestration, and climate regulation. Moving on to peri-urban wetlands, these are located on the outskirts of the urban areas and are and also a transition zone between urban and rural landscapes. These serve as a crucial link between urban green spaces and rural natural areas, and they also support agricultural practices and sustainable livelihoods. So, up till now, you got what's the gist of these wetlands and their importance. But when it comes to monitoring, uh, the studies are mainly focused on birds. But to understand bird population, it's also necessary to monitor the prey. So a literature survey was done to understand how well are these wetlands documented. And as per the results, we see the urban wetlands are documented much more than peri-urban wetlands as they give more importance. But the documentation in these wetlands is only of the bird communities and very less to the other taxas. So, to understand the function of these wetlands, it is essential to document the prey population present in these wetlands. So, with this, my study site for the preliminary study was the Malwadi Dam. The Malwadi Dam is located in the Ramnagar district of Karnataka. It's built on the Kutal Hole, which is a tributary of the Arkavati River. It is 493 meters in height and 16 meters in width. And the nearby attractions are the Ramadevra Betta, the Chanapata, and the Chunchi waterfalls. So for the preliminary study, I focused on these taxas, which were the birds, macroinvertebrates, odonats and butterflies, and fishes. And each of them were followed by specific methods. So for birds, we use point count method and secondary data eBird. Macroinvertebrates, we use KickNet. Odonats and butterflies, we direct observation. And fishes was done through a literature review of the secondary data, checking studies on fish diversity present in Kaveri and Arkavati River. So, what were the preliminary findings of the study? First, let's talk about the birds. So, the bird diversity here at the Malwari Dam and nearby areas, we see that insectivorous birds are much more than the carnivore and other taxa. But if we look at the abundance at the bird of the birds at the Malwari Dam, the carnivores are more than these two, than the insectivore and other taxas. Moving on to the next taxa, which is the macroinvertebrates. Here, during the preliminary study, there were like 18 species were collected, and out of which the predators were more. So, to give a clarifications, the predators here are the damselfly, nymph, your water striders. Scrapers and collective filters here are your macroinvertebrate feeding gills, which are so. And one of the example scrapers are your Philopetonia bengalis, and for collective filters is Lamindus marginis. Others here is your freshwater shrimp, and parasitic is your leech. But in terms of abundance, the scrapers were more, and as compared to the predators. And this graph over here explains the fish diversity present in Kaveri and Arkavati River. And this also is taken from a um, study from Karnataka. And here it shows that 42 species of fishes were are least concern are found. There are species which are endangered also found in this water bodies. There are also species which are critically endangered and vulnerable found in the species. So here are these are the photos which were of the various taxes documented in this in the Manwari Dam region. And to say so, here you have the changeable hawk eagle or the crested rock eagle. Then you have the, as I told, one of the scrapers and one of the collector filters. Then you have in alternates, you have the common clubtail. Then that's the plain butterfly, butterfly, plain tiger butterfly. Then you have the water striders, and that's the gray wagtail. So, what are the takeaways of the study? One, first, since it's a preliminary study, so it was done in one of the peri-urban wetlands of Ramnagar district without any existing documentation, and further be taken as a long-term monitoring. Second, if you want to understand the shifts in bird population, then it is necessary to monitor the prey. If long-term monitoring, especially in undocumented areas, will not only help in the ecosystem's ecological process, but also will help in the establishment of baseline data for future conservation. And finally, local field guides and citizen science activities can help in the complementing of the ecological functioning of the wetlands. I would like to acknowledge my professor, Dr. G. Ravikant at ATRI. I would, then Venkat Raju, who's in charge of the Kanakpura field station and for helping me in my field work going smoothly. And finally, finally, the conservation genetics labs at ATRI for helping me out. Thank you.